Hi, Dawn Combs, the prescription gardener for Hobby Farm magazine, and today I'm at my favorite nursery called Scioto Gardens in Delaware, Ohio. And I wanted to take you for a walk around a nursery that is doing things right when it comes to native perennials. So take a walk with me. So here we are in the rain garden area of this nursery, and got a nice pond. I'm going to go down here to these small pots here. What kind of pots are these, Linda?
These are called root pouches.
Root pouches.
And they're degradable. They're made out of recycled plastic and organic material. So you can just plant them in the ground.
And what we have here is skunk cabbage. It's a really fun native woodland plant, and it likes a little bit of wet, little boggy leaves or boggy soil, and it's the first thing to bloom in the spring. It's got kind of a fetid. This is Linda, my friend Linda. Hi, Linda.
Hello.
It's got kind of a fetid odor to it, right? The skunk cabbage?
Right. Yeah, if you step on the leaves, they get kind of a skunky smell.
Oh, the leaves, not the flower.
The flower probably doesn't smell good either. The flower comes up often in February or March, and it emits heat, and it will melt its way through the snow.
It breaks through the snow, which is so fascinating.
Awesome.
Yeah, I may have to come back for one of these. What I love about this nursery is that they have, first of all, they're under trees, and they have everything virtually landscaped. So it's not a nursery where you're looking at plants on blacktop and everything's gasping for air. The plants are really cared for and loved here, and when you take them home, they actually live. That's all great, but the other thing that I love is that Linda and her husband Mike have everything in the environment that you would be mimicking at home. So I'm looking right now at, or you're looking right now at the swampy soil areas. So from the rain garden to the pond area to boggy soils. So if I'm at home and I want some plants for that area of my yard, I come to this nursery and I come to this part rather than falling in love with something at random in a nursery parking lot and wishing that it matched my need. So this is the rain garden area, and as we walk over here, we walk into the shaded area. And you can really see the coloring. She groups them all together. You can get an idea of what an impact statement you can make with plants when they're put all together. And you can see under here we've got some of the great, wonderful plants that are endangered. I've talked a little bit about on my blog. I'm looking here at golden seal, which I wrote about last week, on how to harvest those sustainably. And you can start your very own stand if you have some shade area. And all of its friends here, Solomon seal and twin leaf. Oh, green dragon. That's a fun Ohio native. Lots of wonderful, over there, just in this shot, you can see some of the wild ginger now. These are all Ohio natives that they grow here at this nursery. And they're all ready, as we mentioned, into this pot. They're all ready to go right into the ground and be planted without getting them out of the pots, without disturbing their roots. I'm going to walk over into the prairie plants next. So now we've walked over into the prairie area of Scioto Gardens Nursery. And hi, Mike. Wave. It's my friend Mike. He is preparing some of the plants out here today. I'm going to walk over. Today's blog was on Baptisia australis. And so that's these pots here right now. This is an Ohio native, and they're going to get a purple bloom on them. Linda, can you tell me about what's going to happen? You mentioned that these are kind of small and spindly in these pots.
That's right. This is a plant that likes to have very deep roots. And so when they grow in a pot, they can look sort of okay, but they don't look remotely like they're going to look when you get them in the ground. So once you plant them, it takes a couple of years for them to really get established, because the first thing they do is send those roots down deep. And then once they're established, they form just this beautiful plant that's easily 3 feet by 3 feet, looks very full. So a great plant, worth the wait.
I love any plant that does it right, that starts out with a good firm foundation before it really puts leaves on. You know it's going to have a long time with you on your property. Some of these great prairie plants with these ginormous leaves, and they're really catching all of this rain that we've had here today in Ohio. This is giant Dumbo ears, is that right? Dumbo's ears? Just Dumbo's ears.
Yeah.
I'll come down here. You can see the Latin name on that is Rudbeckia maxima. That is not an Ohio native, correct?
That's correct. It's found a little bit west of here. I think it comes as close as Indiana.
So some of the plants that are here aren't Ohio natives, but they are perennials and beautiful at that. What I really want to show you over here, oh great, some of these weeds here. This guy right here, maybe I'll write about that sometime soon. This is scouring rush or horsetail. Wonderful weed that they fight all the time, that some people really want to grow all the time, that try to get growing. This is Baptisia, what did you say?
Sphaerocarpa.
Sphaerocarpa, Baptisia sphaerocarpa. I wanted to show this Baptisia too, this false indigo to you, because it is growing out in the open. So we've walked down back into the shade after that beautiful false indigo that is a yellow bloomer up in the prairie. And I wanted to show you this. This is Baptisia australis. This is the purple blooming false blue indigo. And normally they really like to be in full sun. So you're going to get that growth like you saw in the yellow bloomer up top, only in full sun. But I wanted to show you that if you do have a shaded area, you do not need to despair that you cannot have the false blue indigo. This will grow in the shade. And as you can see, it's a little more spindly. It's not as full, and it doesn't have as many blooms. You can see that this has bloomed. So it will still bloom, and it will still put on a good foliage and put on a good seed set there. This is in the Fabaceae family, so it's going to look very pea or bean-like. It does fix nitrogen, but you're going to be able to put it in the shade if you don't have any other options. If you are able to put it in full sun, you're going to get a lot better growth. But I highly recommend this plant. It's just too beautiful to miss. I hope that you have a nursery like this in your area. If you do, this is the best place to buy your plants. It's the best shot that you're going to have for them to live and grow well for you. And they really need your support. They're hardworking, and they're putting a lot of love into the plants. We have a lot of the natives that we need to find habitat for, so getting out there and buying those plants and putting them in our garden is a great excuse for those of us who have a sickness of needing to buy more and more plants. So enjoy gardening this late spring and early summer, and this has been the Prescription Gardener for Hobby Farm Magazine, and we'll see you next time.